G'day gang, Dan here. How you going? We're back in the Elder Scrolls Online in the Blackwood. Now, we've got the next part of the main quest, which would just carry on from there. But before we do that, I've got this quest up here, competition and contracts. Let's have a little look. Luke is what happens when you combine read and look at the same time. I met a traveller who told me about rumours of strange happenings at a smuggler's cave called Deep Scorn Hollow, missing people, sinister figures in masks, dark revels. I should look into this. Zeechas told me that Deep Scorn Hollow is said to be a smuggler's den on the coast. I should go there to investigate the rumours. It might be profitable. Okay. So, that is down that way. So let us go. Actually, is there a way shrine closer? There is. There's the blue blood. Alright, let's go to blue blood.
The Weaking Flame has an army. They're marching on Gideon.
The cultists. The Blackfin Legion will give them what for.
Follow the road. Kind of, and then we'll veer off over here. Deep Scorn Hollow, this looks like the place. Cashew books. Looks pretty peaceful so far. Deep Scorn Hollow discovered.
Hey, over here. I need some help.
Bastion Hallex, a little bit tied up, are you?
Thank the Eight Divines. I could really use some help. The name's Bastion. Watch yourself, friend. I was accosted by a dark elf at this very spot. She went into the cave over there hours ago, but she might return at any moment.
What dark elf? What cave?
The dark elf Tanare Vels. She's a traveler I met along the road. The cave is Deep Scorn Hollow. The entrance is over by the dock. I'm here to retrieve a fellow named Quistley Silvel. His family sent me to find him. I think he's in trouble.
What do you want from me?
Untie me, please. The Silvels will pay well if you help me get Quistley out of whatever trouble he's in. And I could use someone to watch my back. Interested? Oh, and check the shack. I think Tanare dropped something during our struggle.
I'll see if the dark elf left any clues behind. And I'll help you rescue Quistley.
Oh, thank you. Look around, would you? I'd like to examine whatever my attacker dropped.
Tanare Vels has promised our agreement in writing that you do not take me at my word. After our long association is a bit insulting, but I am feeling indulgent. You are to bring one Quistley Silvel to the Syndicate in Leowin, preferably alive. Complete this job and your debt to the Syndicate will be cleared. This fool Quistley has difficulty remembering his debts, but the Silvels are a wealthy Daggerfall family. Maybe they can pay off their son's obligation. If not, debts can be paid off in a number of ways, as you well know. Current whereabouts, seen leaving the city some weeks ago, claimed to be going to Gideon. May have joined smugglers or bandits operating out of a cave south and east of Leowin. Deep Scorn Cavern or caves. That area is riddled with caves. Wears an expensive signet ring, dresses like a useless rich knob, fancies himself a ladies' man, brags a lot. Hopefully smugglers haven't killed him before we can collect on his debt. Lars Tull.
Letter. I knew I saw something fall out of Tanare's satchel when she ambushed me. Why, this is a contract. Tanare Vels is bringing Quistley in to pay debts in Leowin.
You and Tanare Vels are after the same quarry.
Damn it. I guess that explains why Tanare knocked me out and tied me up. Of course, that idiot Quisly would gamble away more than he had in his coin purse. He's done it before. Usually begs his parents for help, though.
Tanari's got a head start on you.
I ought to just let the Dark Elf have him, but it would be... dishonorable. We better see if we can catch up to her. I'd like to leave her tied up and empty-handed when I drag Quisly out of here by his arrogant nose.
Well, let's go find Quisly.
This is different for Quisly. He's not one for any sort of rough living, other than maybe going to gambling dens and taverns in the seedier parts of town.
Enter Deep Scorn Hollow. Aha. I just land on that frog? That's alright. Frog's fine.
Maybe there's more to this place than meets the eye.
Explore the hollow. Hey!
This time I've had to look for Quisly in such a rustic location. Not his usual style. Quisly really got himself into it this time. The idiot.
You sure did. Started people dancing over there on the other side. Didn't even notice the destruction happening.
Change of plans?
Nope, but you just got in the way while I was trying to loot.
How did Quisly stand it down here? It's not what I'd call luxurious.
Maybe I should have joined the buoyant armigers.
Maybe you should have, Miri. Maybe you should have. You keep saying it every 5 seconds. Why don't you go and do that?
It looks like that.
Like there's another passage beyond? Correct. I'm
Keep
here.
your voice down. Those lunatics will hear you.
Look! They have captives!
It's okay. This lunatic has
mean
heard
no
you.
harm.
Over here.
We're
Let
looking
me
for
out
someone.
before these cultists kill me.
Let me out too! There's a cult of Sithis in these caves! They sacrifice people!
I would not linger here. Flee if you value your life.
Azbai?
Thank you. We've been here for days. You should get out of here too, stranger. These people, the Unmakers, they're crazy. I think they're preparing to sacrifice people. Why would anyone want to do such a thing?
We're looking for a Breton named Quisly Selville. Have you seen him?
I've met no one by that name, but that doesn't mean he isn't here somewhere. The only non-cultist I've seen in days was a dark elf who sneaked by a short time ago. She motioned for us to wait and left without a word. I should go.
Wait, who are these people? And why did they take you prisoner?
They're cultists, I think. They follow someone called the Daughter of Sithis, and they talk about sacrifices to the Unmaker. I was on the road to Gideon when they grabbed me. Can I go now?
Take the passage to the south and be careful.
Before we continue, let's talk a moment.
This person is not alive. Okay. Bastion.
Cultists? That explains some of the decoration in here. So much for the smuggler hypothesis. I didn't expect to have to fight through a nest of cultists to extract Quisley from this mess, but so be it. What's he gotten himself mixed up in now?
Do you know anything about Sith's cults?
What's there to know? They worship a god of death, darkness, and primordial chaos. Nothing good can come of that. Quisley's always getting into trouble, but it usually involves love or dice. He could be in real danger this time.
Well, the Wood Elf saw Tenere Vels come through not long ago. She wants Quisley alive too.
Allowing Quisley to be dragged off to angry criminals is not much of an improvement. While Quisley might deserve it, I can't let Tenere Vels get him either. I want to try to grab one of these cultists and get some answers.
Why are you responsible for Quisley?
It's a long story. Suffice it to say, I owe his family a great debt. Quisley and I were more or less raised together. The Sylvels count on me to watch out for him, or help him if he needs it.
So you and Quisley are like brothers?
That's what the Sylvels say when they need me to help him. But he's their son. I'm just someone they raised. Forgive me if I sound ungrateful. They took me in and made sure I was clothed, educated, trained. They didn't have to do that.
How many times have you had to get Quisley out of trouble?
I've lost count. He does as he pleases. Unfortunately, what pleases him seems to land him in hot water. Every time. This, though, how Quisley stumbled into a cult's clutches, I can only guess.
We better go and look for this guy. And get him quick.
Looks like the ruin just sunk into the ground here.
Gotta love that chain.
I don't
Used a
want to
lot
hurt
of magic
you,
on.
but now I'm going to.
But it is quite fun to use.
Let's corner one of these cultists. They might know what's happened to Quisley.
Flashy may get noticed, but style gets remembered.
I'm not really with them. Don't hurt me.
Fluvius. Come here, Fluvius.
You there! Stop!
I got him. I got him. You ain't going nowhere, Fluvius. Ah, he slipped through the cracks. That slippery weasel.
You'd better not lay a finger on me. You have no idea who you're dealing with.
Xanathar, give me patience.
What is the meaning of this intrusion? Who are you people? What do you think you're doing here? I warn you, I am favored by the daughter of Sithis. She will avenge every injury you inflict on me.
We need information, and we're looking for Quisley Seville.
Quisley Sylvel? He belongs to Lalaeus now. She is the daughter of Sithis, and none dare defy her. Leave while you can. You're fools if you think you can save him from her.
If anything happens to Quisley, you're not walking out of here.
No! No! Quisley is Lalaeus' consort. You'll find them in the Fane of Scorn. I think the way there is back the way you came. Or maybe ahead. He's safe for now, though. They've got someone else to sacrifice today. Please, don't hurt me.
Another sacrifice?
They caught a dark elf sneaking around. Even now, she faces the death of the Crystal Fangs in the ritual room just ahead. But Lalaeus isn't there. She and her brother are in the Fane below. Your Quisley is with them, I think.
Bastion, what do you want to do with this cultist?
I don't believe him. I think he knows more than he says he does. The daughter of Sithis? The Fane of Scorn? I don't believe it. Quisley's fallen in with death worshippers?
Is Quisley the type to join a cult?
Hardly. The only thing that interests Quisley is himself. Either these Sithis followers hid their true nature to lure him in, or he's so besotted with a woman that he doesn't realize he's in danger. Either way, I'd better get him out of here.
What about Tanare Vels?
I'm not sure I believe this sniveling cultist, but we shouldn't let anyone get sacrificed. Not even Tanare Vels. Let's split up. You keep going, in case he's telling the truth. I'll see if I can find out more about the daughter and the Fane.
I'll see you later.
Please, I'll tell you anything you want. Just let me go. I know where a map of this place is. It's not far. Just, don't hit me.
Helpful of you. What else can you tell me?
Hit him, Bastion. Okay. Let's keep going. Hello?
Break these crystals! Please, they're killing me!
Totally misplacing that. That's a 1. Number 2. And a number 3.
Praise Beck. Thank you, stranger. Let's talk somewhere safer. All right, but don't cry for mummy.
Where did she go? Oh,
Those idiots. Ugh, my skin still feels like I've got 1,000 tiny spiders biting me. That was horrible. Oh, and thank you. I don't know what someone like you is doing here, but I won't argue with Providence.
I'm helping Bastion Hallex find his foster brother.
Ah, the dutiful and not terribly clever mage. I'll bet he's angry with me. I took care not to inflict any permanent damage on him, and I fully intended to set him free just as soon as I finish here. It's business, not personal.
I freed Bastion, and I found your contract with Lars Tull.
Then you understand my predicament. I need Sylvel if I want Lars Tull off my back, but it's not worth getting myself killed over. Help me get out of here and I'll help you. I got a look at a map, so I think I know where you can find Sylvel.
Very well, let's go.
I thought I'd slip in, knock out a smuggler or two, grab this Quisley fellow and be back in Leowin in time for dinner. No such luck. I run into principled competition and deluded cultists praying to Sithis.
What do you know about this place?
Not much. Lars Tull suspected that Quisley was hiding out in a smuggler's cave on the coast. I thought I'd have to check them all. Then I ran into your friend, Bastion. I knew there was something off about the smuggler story, though. It didn't fit.
How much of a debt does Quisley Sylvel owe this Lars Tull?
He must be in deep, if Lars Tull is willing to write off what I owe to get his claws on Quisley. Too bad for him, but it's a chance for me to get out of a bad situation. Lars Tull makes a good living from other people's mistakes. Or desperation.
How did you end up in debt to Lars Tull?
I borrowed gold against imagined winnings like every gambler ever. You ask a lot of questions. Not to be rude, but I'd really rather find Quisley and get out of here. These cultists already tried to sacrifice me once, after all.
You said something about a map?
I found notes left behind by some unfortunate scholar. He'd apparently come here to make a survey of the ruins. I hope he had the good sense to retreat when he found fresh evidence of occult presence. More likely, he came to a bad end.
And did you see anything about a chamber called the Fane of Scorn?
I did. It's all the way down at the end of this maze, naturally. The scholar's notes hinted that it's an abandoned temple, once dedicated to Sithis. Well, probably not abandoned now. Good. I saw a rough map of this place before I got caught, so I think I know where to go. I'll keep out of your way if we run into more cultists. After that ritual, I'm in no condition for a fight.
Get back, you
Cultists
betcha!
definitely go on and on about Sithis.
Got all these interesting abilities that I just never get to use. Actually been good, this expansion, to level up a whole bunch of them. Down you go.
Still here. Thanks for asking.
Damn. Dead end and a vampire in a cage. This isn't terribly helpful. There's got to be a way through. I know what I saw on the map. Maybe the map showed a passage that isn't here?
You're not part of this cult, are you? In fact, you appear to be lost.
I would have sworn the map I saw showed a passage here. Unless... could it be a hidden passage? I'll look around a bit. Why don't you see if the vampire knows anything?
What do you think the vampire knows?
If he's been here long enough, he must have seen cultists coming or going through any hidden passages. But be careful with him. I don't trust vampires.
The map you saw might have been inaccurate.
Perhaps. But I'd rather not fight my way through half the cult to get to Quisley Silvel. If there's a passage here, it could save us quite a lot of trouble. Get in, get what you need, then get out. That's how I prefer to do things.
I'll talk to the vampire.
Your comrade is correct. There's a hidden door.
Alright. I'm listening.
Your dark elf friend watches me with no small amount of suspicion. Perfectly understandable, but I'm not a slave to my hunger. Why are you wandering around Deepscorn Hollow anyway? The daughter of Sithis is fond of sacrificing strangers.
We're searching for a Bretta named Quisley Silvel.
I have heard the name. The daughter of Sithis herself has him. These miserable Sithis pretenders. I can show you the passage you seek. I'll consider it payback for the way they locked me up.
That would be helpful.
They hid the switch for a secret door under that crate over there by the wall. Clever, if one is a child. I cannot believe I thought these weak-minded fools might have a genuine insight into the dark mysteries of Sithis.
Thank you for your help.
Huh. Surprisingly helpful.
Wait. Would you do me a favor in return?
What, let you out?
Perhaps before you rush off, you might unlock this cell? A favor in return for my showing you the switch? Let me again assure you, I am in control of my urges. I shall not harm you.
First, you tell me how you wound up in the cell.
I came here hoping the temple held answers about my condition. But the cultists discovered me as I fed upon an unwary noble from Gideon. The daughter of Sithis was intrigued, but when she realized I had not yet mastered my powers, she locked me away.
Why don't you just turn to mist?
Yes, that would be an elegant solution to my predicament. I'm afraid that I'm rather new to this state of being. I haven't figured out that trick yet.
How do I know you won't attack us?
I'm still capable of gratitude, stranger. I just want to be free of this place. I came here expecting something quite different.
Fine, I'll let you out.
Perhaps before you rush off, you might unlock this cell? A favor in return for my showing you the switch?
What am I looking at here? Oh, okay.
Thank you. Perhaps the friend you seek might still be alive.
Cool, we keep going. Hopefully
I knew it.
we don't regret
I never
that.
grow tired of being correct. This should take us right to the cult's hidden temple. Come on! Hold up a moment before we go on. I've been thinking. I stumbled headlong into a bad situation once already. I do try to learn from my mistakes. I've been thinking. There's a good chance we won't find Quisley Sylvel alive.
What happens if you return empty-handed?
Nothing good. I wouldn't go so far as to say that it comes down to bringing Quisley in, or taking his place, but it's close. I really need to be free of Lars Tull. I barely persuaded him to give me this chance. I won't get another one.
What do you suggest then?
This may sound ghoulish, but if Quisley is dead, I'd like his signet ring. It's big, gold, and set with rubies. If I bring it back to Lars Tull, it will show that I held up my end of our bargain, and he would take it in payment of my debt.
Well, we need to locate Quisley first, alive or dead.
Someone's coming!
Oh, there you are. I'm afraid I wasted my time on that cultist. He knew nothing. Glad I caught up to you. Oh, you put the fear of the gods into our captive cultist. It was sobbing on the floor when I gave up and left. I did meet a surprisingly talkative vampire, though. He told me which way you went. And seriously, do not turn your back on Tanare.
Have you learned anything more about this cult?
Our weepy friend told me that Quisley's quite taken with this daughter of Sithis. Figures. My guess is he told her his family is wealthy, so she's keeping him alive for ransom. We'll probably find them in the shrine they call the Fane of Scorn.
Tanare knows where the Fane is, although she still thinks that Quisley may have been sacrificed.
She seems like the sort who expects the worst. I remain optimistic. I don't always get along with Quisley, but I don't want him to end up sacrificed by the cult, or turned into some crime boss's object lesson for that matter.
Someone has to pay Quisley's debts in Leowyn.
Not at the cost of his life. I'll figure out something. I always do. But just in case, warn Tanare that she'd better not try anything foolish when we get Quisley. She caught me off guard once. It won't happen again.
Let's just find him first, then we can sort it all out.
You're not even going to apologize, are you?
I'm sorry?
Just keep your distance from Quisley. He's my responsibility.
What's that guy doing? Is he raving?
It's a fight now.
Not for long.
I suppose.
Guy looks a little bit like Abnathan. Abnathan wannabe.
Bastion, what are you doing here?
Arise,
Go
my
away.
brother. Kill these trespassers.
I'll just... oh dear. I'll get out of the way.
Kill the daughter of Sithis. Fine. That's her brother?
Off with you, Swit!
Ugh. Whoa.
I need to grab Quisly before he runs off again.
Run away.
Little bastard.
Well, no, I guess it wouldn't. Maybe they should try that.
Get to Quisly before he goes.
How dare you? Lalice would never have hurt me. She said so.
She murders people, you idiot! You were probably next.
I'm not talking to you, Bastion. Nor to that rude dark elf that just laughed at me. You spoiled everything! You and that lumbering oaf my father insists on sending to make my life miserable, and whoever that dark elf is, barging in and ruining my life. Who do you people think you are?
We saved your life. The cultists planned to sacrifice you.
Well, that's just your opinion. Everybody here treated me as a guest of honor. And Lalace, the daughter of Sithis, chose me to be her consort. She told me that she'd give me the kiss of Sithis soon. Why would you ruin this for me?
Bastion tells me your parents demand your presence.
I can't believe they sent Bastion after me again. They treat me as if I were a wayward child. I am perfectly capable of managing my own affairs. I refuse to go.
You're lucky to be leaving this place alive, whoever claims you.
Claim me? I am not some sack of flour to be bargained over. Oh, very well. Bastion works for me, indirectly. I'll go with him. I can write a promissory note for the Dark Elf to deliver to her thug of a boss. He's a terrible person.
I'm not sure the decision is up to you, Quisly.
Bastion doesn't seem very fond of Quisly. I can't imagine why. We compared notes while you were talking with that simpering idiot. Bastion said he might have an idea that would solve things for both of us.
You don't want to deliver Quisly to Lars Tull?
Years ago, I lost everything trying to get my brother out of a fishy trading scheme. Lars Tull offered to help me. I'm still paying for it. It would be grand to be done with Lars Tull and to pull one over him at the same time.
That sounds risky.
If Bastion's willing to work with me, and perhaps forget about the knocked out and tied up business, I think we might have room for a compromise.
I'll speak to him and we'll see what he's thinking.
Once we get Quisly out of here, I'm done. I've paid my debt to his family 3 times over. Alright. I think I know how to sort this out. If Tanare is prepared to listen, that is. I'm willing to overlook the knock on the head to settle this.
What's your plan?
First, we need to get Quisly out of Blackwood. Tanare doesn't have anything personal against him. Well, no more than anyone else who meets him. But the criminals she'd bring Quisly to might kill him.
Will Quisly go along with that?
I'll threaten to tell his parents about this whole affair unless he cooperates and goes straight back to Daggerfall. Quisly knows that Lord Sylvel can cut him off. It's the only threat that actually scares him. He would have to earn a living.
What about Tanare?
I think we can all walk away from this. We ship Quisly home, secretly. Then we make sure that Tanare has something she can take back to Lars Tull. Thank you, friend. I think Lord Sylvel would agree that you've earned your payment. What do you think, Tanare? Are you willing to give it a try?
I'll need to bring Last Toll proof of Quisley's demise.
What kind of proof would you need?
I'm clearly not dead!
If I bring Quisley's signet ring to Last Toll, he'll believe me.
That's what I was thinking. I'll tell the Sylvels that Quisley sold the ring to pay his debt.
I'm right here!
That ring should work. It might even cover most of Quisley's debt.
What? My ring? I'm not giving you a damn thing! Bastian, keep that woman away from me!
It's the best thing you've done today, Bastion.
Here you go. I'll make sure Quisley understands to stay away from Blackwood.
Thank you. This should clear my account with Last Toll. And perhaps clear yours with this ingrate and his family too.
We should leave this place. I'll see Quisley on his way when he comes around.